Now, page 4, the Biden problem. The former vice president is slipping in the polls and will continue to do so over the next few months as the Democrat primary process begins officially keeping score. Old Lunchbox Joe, crowned by the mainstream media as the man to beat, never really was in this race. They were hoping that if Biden was given the ball, he would have the momentum to propel himself across the goal line early as the marquee candidate, with all the others standing on the sidelines. So much for their brilliant game plan. Instead, Biden has fumbled repeatedly. Former senator is revealing for all the world to see just how not so slick he is. In fact, just the opposite. Biden has jammed his foot in his mouth so often that his false teeth can't keep up with his gas. And it's not just the mistakes and embarrassing moments. Biden is devoid of any kind of coherent policy, pro-American or not, outside of trying to reheat the warmed-over legacy of Barack Obama. He's simply not resonating with most Democrats. And frankly, Biden is not radical enough to connect with modern Democrat voters. And so add all of this up, and what do you get? Old Lunchbox Joe is having it handed to him, and he knows it. Thus, instead of taking a measured approach to questions and debates, he's getting all worked up. He starts lecturing, using often incoherent arguments, and he ends up just flailing around, searching for a nice, clean political exit ramp that he really never finds. He gets flustered very easily. Yes, Biden has a problem, and the problem is Joe. Thus, when he is confronted with the ugly truth that he, as vice president, pressured Ukraine to help his son, the resulting response is a political embarrassment.
Mr. Vice President, how many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business deal?
If you don't know already, the book is called Secret Empires. It was written by Schweitzer. He's the man behind Clinton Cash as well. And this book revealed all the family dealings. See, it's illegal. It's against the Constitution, of course, for Joe Biden to directly benefit from a relationship with the Ukraine or with China or any other foreign country, because it would be a violation of the Emoluments Clause of the United States Constitution. But it's not illegal and it's not unconstitutional for a family member like Hunter Biden to benefit from this, and John Kerry's son. And so Hunter Biden and John Kerry's son opened up this private equity firm. And so everywhere that Joe Biden went on the globe, Hunter Biden was right behind him, cashing in on these deals with the Obama administration. So the Obama administration would come to an agreement with, say, for example, China, and then weeks, months later, old Hunter Biden would follow in the jet trail over there, and suddenly he would come up with this miraculous multi-million-dollar deal for his private equity firm. And they did the same thing with the Ukraine. And at that moment, when Joe Biden was on the phone trying to get that prosecutor disqualified, that was because Hunter Biden's company that he was involved with in Ukraine was under investigation. All this kind of stuff is chronicled in this book. And so this is nothing new. This has been chronicled before. And the mainstream media, of course, ignored it until now, until this moment, where the mainstream media is now attacking Donald Trump on the Ukraine. And as Rudy Giuliani pointed out, and as I have pointed out on this program, the deeper they're delving into the Ukraine situation, the more two-edged sword it is for the Democrat Party and Joe Biden in particular, because this is going to expose exactly what transpired between Joe Biden and the Ukraine and his threat to the Ukrainian government to effectively shut down the investigation by changing the investigator so that his son and his son's company could benefit. It's called a quid pro quo. Roll tape.
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business.
Stop tape. Okay, so Joe Biden, if you can't hear it very well, he says he's never spoken to his son about overseas dealings. Does anybody in the world believe that? Does anybody believe that Joe Biden, as Vice President of the United States for 8 years, as he's traveling all over the world on behalf of Barack Obama, and sometimes, by the way, as chronicled in the book, with his son alongside, that he didn't talk about with his son any kind of overseas dealings Anybody believe that at all?
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.